Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on these invisible forces all around us. The little things in our homes, our offices, subtle cues that are constantly, and I mean constantly, shaping how we think, how we feel, and even how we create. So let's dive right in with a story. It's about this super high-tech, state-of-the-art office. I mean, they spent millions on this new building, but they had this really expensive and honestly super strange problem. All of a sudden, their best and brightest people, it was like their creative spark just went out. Okay, so it all kicks off with an architect. Let's call her Maya. She gets this huge job, design a space that's not just, pretty to look at, but is literally a machine for productivity. The goal was to create a place that would squeeze out every ounce of hyper-efficiency and brilliant innovation from the company's top talent. And Maya's design? It was bold, for sure, and incredibly structured. I mean, the logic seemed pretty solid, right? You've got all these right angles, these harsh geometric shapes. The idea was that would encourage structured thinking. Then she used red and blue lighting to promote focus and calm. And to top it off, she put up posters everywhere with words like plan and analyze to keep everyone on task. The whole thing was designed to, prime the brain for intense focus. And here's the crazy part. In one way, it was a massive success. The employees became total machines at those linear structured tasks. I'm talking flawless spreadsheets, reports always on time. But in another way, it was a complete and utter disaster, a catastrophic failure. Brainstorming meetings, dead silent. Creative problem solving, it just stopped. The very innovation these people were hired for, poof, gone. So you can imagine the employees were just baffled. They were frustrated, they were confused. They couldn't figure out why their best ideas, the very reason they had these jobs in the first place, just seemed to dry up the second they walked through the office doors. What in the world was going on? Well, the answer lies in this really powerful psychological phenomenon. It's called unconscious conceptual priming. It sounds complex, but the idea is actually pretty simple. Our environment is secretly kind of like a computer programmer programming our brains. It uses all these subtle cues to influence our thoughts and our behaviors. And the kicker is, we don't even notice it's happening. Here's a simple way to think about it. It's like our brains are constantly making these subconscious connections just to get ready for whatever might be coming next. So if you hear the word dog, your brain kind of fires up this whole network of pet-related ideas. That way, when the word cat pops up, your brain's already warmed up and recognizes it just a split second faster. Okay, so that makes sense for words, but can this effect go even further? I mean, can it go beyond simple word association and actually change how we physically act in the world? Well, a now classic scientific study decided to find out. So here's what they did. They had one group of people unscramble sentences, and hidden in those sentences were words related to being elderly. Words like Florida, bingo, gray. After they were done, the researchers told them, okay, the experiment's over. But here's the thing. The real experiment was just getting started. And the result? It was absolutely wild. The people who had been exposed to all those elderly words, they physically walked more slowly down the hallway on their way out. And here's the most important part. Not a single one of them had any idea that the words they just read had influenced how they were moving. Their environment had literally changed their physical behavior. And that right there, that was Maya's big aha moment. She suddenly realized her office wasn't just a building. It was a massive, totally unintentional priming experiment. All those right angles, the structured colors, those analytical words on the walls, they were doing the exact same thing as the words in that study. They were priming everyone for rigid, linear, analytical thinking. So, armed with this brand new knowledge, she went straight back to the drawing board. She decided to design a dedicated brainstorm room, a space specifically intended to prime for the complete opposite traits. So, out went the sharp lines, in came curved walls and furniture to suggest flexibility. She switched the lighting to greens and yellows, colors we associate with growth and optimism, and she got rid of those analytical posters and replaced them with the subtle background sounds of nature. And the results? I mean, they were staggering. Creative output in that one room just skyrocketed. The team went from struggling to come up with a few viable ideas to suddenly becoming this engine of innovation. And the crazy thing is, the change wasn't in the people. It was in the room that was programming them. So look, this is way bigger than just a story about a corporate office. The real point is that this is happening to you right now. Wherever you're listening to this, your environment is constantly sending these little subconscious signals straight to your brain. So I want you to do something. Just take a look around you right now. What's your desk setup priming you for? Is it for deep focus or is it for constant distraction? What about the stuff you have on your walls or the lighting in your room? Is it priming you for energy and action or for calm and rest? Believe me, every single choice is sending a message to your brain. Okay, so the biggest takeaway here is this. We have so much more control than we think. Once you become aware of these invisible forces, you can stop just being passively programmed by your environment. You can actually become the architect of your own mind. You can intentionally design your space to help you think, feel, and perform exactly the way you want to. So the real question is, what are you going to design?